On Tuesday, the Saki base in Crimea was rocked by a string of blasts. The blasts damaged the airbase, destroying a number of Russian warplanes. The runways of the base appear intact, but at least 8 Russian aircrafts have been damaged or even destroyed. Moscow says the blast was an accident caused by a detonation of an ammunition depot. But satellite images signal at something else. 2 types of fighter jets have been damaged by explosions. Buildings nearby have also been impacted. All of these point to a likely attack by the Ukrainian forces. So, was it an accident or an attack? Russia said the airbase was not targeted by an attack, but new satellite images appear to contradict that. The images show the base was hit with something. The exact cause of the explosions is still unclear. It could be a sabotage by special forces or a missile attack. What the images show are huge 3 craters that could be caused by strike from a long-range munition. Russia annexed Crimea in 2014 in the wake of massive nationwide protests, one that led to the ouster of a Kremlin-friendly president. Since the war began, Russia has used the peninsula as a major base to attack Ukraine, but Crimea has rarely been targeted. If it was an attack by Ukraine, it could mean a huge escalation in the war. This brings us to the next question. Was Ukraine truly behind the attack? Reports say Ukrainian officials have said Kyiv was behind the blasts, but there has been no public acknowledgement by Kyiv's forces. Ukraine's military blamed Russia's technical difficulties, saying they may have been caused by smokers in unauthorized areas. President Volodymyr Zelensky did not directly mention the blast, but said Crimea is Ukrainian in his recent address.
Російська війна проти України і проти всієї вільної Європи почалась з Криму і має закінчитись Кримом, його звільненням. Сьогодні неможливо сказати, коли це станеться, але ми постійно додаємо необхідні компоненти у формулу звільнення Криму. Ми започаткували Кримську платформу, ключовий дипломатичний майданчик для роботи по звільненню Криму. Кримська платформа працюватиме і цьогоріч. Ми вже готуємо цей саміт.
And for more on this situation, Alexander Clarkson is joining us from London. Alexander is a political analyst and the founder of Global Political Insight think tank. Welcome to WION, Alexander.
Thank you.
Now, despite the dilemma and contradiction over who between Moscow and Kyiv over the attack at the base, what would be the ramification or even impact if Crimea was attacked?
Well, it is indeed a major escalation because, of course, Crimea has been annexed by Russia back in 2014. So it's been, more than 8 years that Crimea has been a part of Russia. So in many ways, Russia will view this attack, if indeed it was carried out by Ukraine, as an attack on Russia. Now, it's important to note that when the United States has been providing weapons to Ukraine, Russia has been very clear that they would view it a major escalation if those American weapons, which are quite long range, would reach the Russian territory. So I guess what we're waiting now to see is whether Russia will view this potential attack by Ukraine, if indeed it was Ukraine, as a major escalation, as an attack using American weapons on Russian territory. In that case, we may see a major response by Russia.
Alexander, in your view, what direction is the war taking, considering the attack on the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant and regions considered sensitive?
Yes. Well, I think at the moment, Ukraine is trying to show that they're able to counterattack and take back territory that has been taken by Russia over the last few months. The reason why they need to show that is, of course, to show the European Union and the United States that Ukraine can fight back. And so the EU and the United States should send more weapons to Ukraine in order for Ukraine to be able to take back as much territory as possible. Now, from Russia's point of view, I think they're looking to regroup, to regather their strength and their army, and to continue their offensive in the Donbas region, primarily in the in the Donetsk region specifically. So I think we are reaching a sort of, let's say, stalemate in some way, where we'll see both sides trying to take either new territory, that's by Russia, or taking back territory by Ukraine. But I think what we'll see is a stalemate where neither side will be able to have a convincing victory.
Live from London, I've been talking to Alexander Clarkson. Thank you very much for making time and for talking to WION today. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.